Yo, what's going on, guys? Gonna be showing you the strongest support in the game right now, and that is Fiddlesticks support based on pick rate and win rate. He's an absolute monster. His highest win rate builds have over a 63% win rate, and his overall win rate is at 55%. How is this possible, you may ask? It's the most recent patch. It buffed his Q duration from a 2-second max sphere to 2.25, plus level 1 it's 1.25 instead of just a 1 second, which is big because people don't have tenacity yet. Plus his R has way higher base damage, plus scalability. It scales 250% off your AP instead of 225, so he's in a pretty good spot. He plays best against melee champs because you can abuse them with your ranged autos and your E's constantly. So against melees he's quite nice. Against ranges you can still make it work, but you'll have to play safer pre-6. Ultimately, Fiddlesticks is a level 6 power spiker, so you need to survive up until that point, and then you can really start to carry the game. So you shouldn't really expect to get any kills in lane unless you get a jungle gank. Only way we'll kill them is if they're being greedy. We'll auto attack into E. Your autos have less range than your E, so if a melee's in range for you to auto, you can always auto E, unless they have a dash. Once you have your fear, whenever you hit the enemies and they can't see you, they'll get feared. So you can literally fear them with your E, which is really nice. We have HP advantage right now, so we want to trade off autos. Sivir's missing health, so was Taric. So especially when it was clear Taric wasn't going to be able to stun me, we wanted to stay in that as long as possible. Gonna hit her with an E into auto. So she hit us with 2 autos, we hit her with 1 auto and an E. This is still, ooh. We're gonna go ahead and flash that. I couldn't ignite him in time. He broke the distance. Got her with the fear into E. Jhin heals and she's dead. They got a little bit too overzealous, thinking they had the all-in potential with the lethal tempo difference because Jhin has fleet, but we built up an HP lead level 1, so they just needed to respect that and wait for their recall for items in full HP before they tried to all-in us like that. Oof, feels bad. You want to get your drain level 3. You're actually going to max your drain first and your Q second, because your drain per level gives way more value than Q max set first or E max first, because your drain's your main source of damage outside of your R. First item rush, you're usually looking for boots. Tier 2 boots preferably. We can't afford it, so we'll grab an amp, tome, and a control word. For your tier 2 boots on Fiddlesticks, you're usually looking for the Sorks, the Lucids, or mobility. You go Sorks when their team is primarily squishies who aren't going to be stacking magic resist early on. So their team, for example, it's really only Ryze and Sivir who aren't going to be building magic resist early, or they don't really have that option. So Sork shoes, probably not here. I'd want them to have at least 3 squishy type champs. So instead, we go Lucids or Mobies. If we're going to roam, Mobies. If we're going to stay in lane, Lucids. I think this Jin's playing pretty well. I don't mind laning with him. If you don't like your laner, or it doesn't seem like they know what they're doing, you should definitely focus on roaming more, especially once you have tier 2 boots. Tier 2 boots, or if you have R, your roams get really good. A good spot to lay an effigy would be over here, but they can break that. The biggest downside to Fiddlesticks is early on you don't really have wards. Every time your E's up, you should be poking them with it if possible to get your gold and to use your keystone effectively. Oh my gosh, that bounce is so annoying. Oh no, I think he used his bouncing grenade on a random one. I was trying to set up that wave for him. That's unfortunate. And the Sivir bounce is very challenging to deal with, especially when she's full HP like this, because if we try to retaliate... There we go. Very nice. God, he's bouncing them right to me. Got him with another plus 20 gold we just got. He's trying to get the rundown underneath turret. We get another auto. That's another plus 20 gold from our support item. Sivir's going to do her annoying little bounce again. I'm going to stay away from the wave. Jhin hasn't learned his lesson yet. We're just farming gold. We can't really kill them at this point. They're full HP and they're able to constantly manipulate the wave. Auto attack and a W. I canceled my drain there, which is actually really unfortunate. You don't really ever want to cancel drain for the most part intentionally, because it puts it on a full cooldown rather than a 60% reduced cooldown. Oh, this is a bad all-in. Sivir has way more all-in potential after her buffs plus lethal tempo. We have to have an HP advantage or a positional advantage to be able to beat them in a fight. There's the stronger raw all-inners. Oh man, we didn't even get the assist. That sucks. We can afford tier 2s, so we'll probably just shove wave now and start to look to roam, because we're not going to be able to get any kills in lane for a while. I would like to get off my plus 60 bonus gold. Nice. Okay, we got our plus 60 there. 3 separate hits to get that. 1 hit per 20. Jin's doing well. He should be able to survive the Taric Sivir combo. They don't have much all-in, like, much forcible engage pressure. Think about what I'd want here. I think I do want Lucids. I think Lucids would be better. I'm not going to roam top for an Aloy. That's pointless. Like, the Taric Sivir have high all-in potential, but not engage potential. Their engage is really weak because Taric Sivir, neither one of them can really get to you unless you walk into them. It's not like they have the Draven knock or a Jhin snare or anything like that. Alright, here we go. Got him with the silence. Low-key turn that. Pantheon's not interested. We'll go ahead, drop a ward, and head back. Whenever you roam, you want to try to leave a ward for your laner, and then save 1 to 2 for your own lane. We'll leave a ward here. You usually want to keep your control words on yourself. That way, when you go to set up an R, you can verify the bush isn't warded, and you can R with confidence. Give me a plus 20, please. There we go. Plus 20. Got him with the fear. Auto E. I don't think Tark's going to have to R, but that trade they just took was really bad for them. Sivir's not level 6 yet either, and Jin's level 6. Wanted to get one more auto on her there. We'll go out and get a deeper ward, and we'll lay an effigy kind of off to the side. Once you're 6, you can use your effigies for clearing bushes because they act as an oracle lens, but for now, you lay them off to the side where the enemies aren't going to walk into it and immediately kill it. Plus, it evaporates on its own, too. Auto attack W. If they don't have a tool to cancel your W because it's on cooldown, then that's when you want to use it. I'm gonna make sure this isn't warded. Nice. They know exactly what I'm trying to do, and Jin's bouncing those boomerangs into me. Auto attack E. She spell shielded it though. Gives her back a huge chunk of health. I should probably just go for the Taric because he can't spell shield my E like she can. Give me that gold. We might have to roam. These guys are hiding so deep underneath turret. Ignite. Oh, nice. And that right there is why Fiddlesticks support is the highest win rate support in the game right now. The damage output, the all-in potential. If your jungler actually ganks for you, he can take ganks super well. QEW, standard combo. QEW, QEW, R, QEW. We didn't even need to use our stopwatch there. First item rush, you do want to go for Zhonya's. Zhonya's is extremely impactful. Definitely want to have it. Allows you to take up a lot of space in fights, and then the moment they go to blow their load, use all their high impact abilities, where they all move towards you, you get to pop it. Puts him in a really rough spot. I'm gonna get a nice XP soak here. Oh, he's so lucky that missed. If that landed, he probably dies. He only has tier 1s. They're pathing crazy. They're so aggro. Because we're ahead right now. Like, Diana's ahead, Pantheon's ahead, I'm ahead. And these guys are Being so aggressive. I'm gonna rotate to this. Oh, never mind. Hey, Tart. This is a weird spot. I don't have my R. It's not much I can do here walking into both of them. Just have to relax for a second. We'll hang around. Kind of want the control word in this bush. So we can go over with ease. Don't do it, Tark. Don't ward, buddy. Don't be a hero. Shouldn't be warded. My control word would tell me if it was. Now we wait. Huge Diana R. Good soul pull. Oh, that's the spot. 𝐒𝐿, walk into her, and down they go. We'll walk them down. We'll get them with a slow here in a second. It's not worth. We would have to flash, ignite, 𝐒𝐿. There's a good chance we don't kill him. And if we do, there is a chance I die even with the Zanya. So we already got the Tart flash. We killed Sivir. We don't need to. We're in control here. We don't have to do anything crazy. Particularly when you're in your control, you only take a high percent low risk stuff because you don't have to do anything crazy. You don't have to act like a strung out drug addict. We're not, dude. We're a 4-0 Fiddlesticks support. It don't gotta be that way. Hey, later control word on my effigy. What a stink bag. I still haven't used my locket yet. Still haven't used it. R has so much base damage, you really don't need Sorks to be able to kill people. Like you see with the Sivir, even with her spell shield and the Taric heal and shield, we're still able to kill her, and we're not crazy fed. The only item we have is really Ionian Boots and Fiendish. Wish my R was up. These guys would be punished. These guys are crazy. I have like I have all sorts of stuff. Got all sorts of stuff going on here. I was hoping they would turn on me and use their abilities to try to kill me underneath turret, and then I was gonna pop Locket, my stopwatch. I keep saying Locket, it's a stopwatch though. And yeah, I was gonna pop it, and then they were gonna overcommit and die, and I was gonna easily live. They decided not to though. Good, great Pantheon R. This Pantheon's getting so much value. It's not easy to get value on that champion because he falls off. And he's very straightforward. Doesn't have too much going on for him. Going lethality build. Go for the 𝐒𝐿 second. 𝐒𝐿 last. Do some effigies and some more defensive bushes. Also bushes I want to check for wards. Yeah, he just warded that. We get one right here, and then I want to check on my side. My R's not up anyways, so I'm not going to be setting up an R there. Always, 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 always try to keep at least one control word or one effigy on you, because there will be lots of opportunities that present themselves, and you'll be kicking yourself not knowing whether or not they know you're there. If you try to R on Fiddlesticks and they know you're there, it's such a waste. Rise has tier 2 boots, but he's not that fed. All he has is mana. Oh yeah, we walked all the way around his ward. Cute. Ian, right as he's coming out, down he goes. His ward's here. Whenever people ward these bushes, if you hug the wall, it can't see you. Same on this side. They ward, you hug the wall, they can't see it. A lot of times warding gives people a false sense of security. It's like someone locks their average consumer grade door with their average consumer grade lock with the average consumer grade screws holding it onto the wooden frame, right? It gives you the sense of security, not realizing a normal size, well, probably a normal sized male, not necessarily female, could very well kick it in with one kick or two. So wards act in the same way, where especially depending on where they lay it, it makes them feel safe and then they'll play more aggressive. But as long as you know how to get around it, it's like way easier to pull off the gank because they're playing more aggro, thinking that they're covered. I'm coming for you! Q into EW. Down he goes. Somebody over here. Get him, Pantheon. I don't have flash. We still haven't needed to use our Zanyas. Ah, control worded, of course. There's no objective on the map, no neutrals, no heralds or dragons. We can back. It's nothing we're gonna miss. They're not 5-man grouping. We're not risking losing mid turret here. I don't want to fight this because I didn't know where his teammates were, and sure enough, they're here. Jin was being a goofball. We already saw them in the area, like 4-man stacked on that control word, so the odds of them doing what they just did was like, it was the most likely outcome. What? I'm dead. I needed to stay underneath turret. That was my bad. I kept trying to build distance. The distance wasn't going to save me, though. There's no way I was going to live, but at the very least, I could have taken one of them with me. That's unfortunate. At the very least, we did get Tarek R, but they did get our shutdown, so yeah, that's not good. Against their team, they have a couple of beefy boys. They have Tarek, Udyr, Kled. This is a game for Leandries, I think. Feeling like a Leandry's game. If they have triple melee, you don't usually need Rocket Belt. Usually need Rocket Belt when their team is like hard to get to because they're backline style champions like 𝐒𝐿𝐂𝐻 or a long range AD carry. But they don't really have that going for them. They have short range AD carry with triple melee and a short range mage. So the correct positioning, we should be able to close distance. Late in the middle, yep. Of course it's worded. Sivir was not paying attention there. Got her with the E. She dies from the Diana red smite. I was gonna Q him away, but he didn't really press the issue there. This Udyr is actually really fed. It's shocking. I'd imagine Aloy would be one of his hardest counters in the game with her soul pull. Aloy does really well against the mobile melee champs. That's like all she can do. At champion. Boy, oh boy. We staggered our CC to maximize how long they are mobilized for. Oh, he's in the bush. Wow. Diana should just gone in. Not try to make me tank for some reason. We could play for a drag soul. We already have 2 dragons up on these guys. Drag would be just fine. Hey, Tart. He's wasting his wards. Our R's ready. They already know we're on this side, so we should swap. You never want to... You generally don't want to R off the same side you were already on, because then they'll be expecting it. That being said, we need to go in. Oh! Oh! Oh man, that was gnarly. RN, QEW, Zanyas before it's too late. We should have Zanyas it a little bit sooner. That was a bit of a late Zanyas to where we... The incoming damage was already incoming to where if we Zanyas, it wouldn't have made them waste any less time. So that was our bad there. After you break turrets, it's a great time to look to drop a ward. It takes a lot of vision up on the map. I don't think we can end here. Diana's too low, Pantheon's low, I'm low. Like, this isn't gonna work. Yeah, well, after you break a turret, laying a ward there gives you so much vision. And they don't expect it, so it tends to chill there. I mean, I might die here. pretty far out of position. As long as 𝐒𝐒 doesn't have R. This is why there's zero reason to overstay. 3 of us were almost dead, and they all had base speed up because it's post 20-minute mark. Plus, whenever you die, regardless of the time in game, you get a huge speed up out of fountain. So it's just, there's nothing to gain and there was everything to lose. That's very common mistake though. It happens pretty much every game in every elo, where it happens to everybody, but people will tunnel and they'll get stuck on something even when it's clearly the wrong option. But yeah, it is what it is. We didn't die, so it's fine. They do get Baron, that sucks. Hopefully we still get Dragon. Oh, 𝐒𝐒. I think they get Dragon. This is a scary fight because they have 𝐒𝐿. If we can kill 𝐒𝐿 though before his R goes off, then we're fine. Bizani is right as he was starting a stun on us into W. Missed our E. Nice. Yeah, 𝐒𝐿 died before he could R, or his R might have still been on cooldown because he doesn't have many items and it is only a level 2 𝐒𝐿 R. So it's hard to say. He died pretty quick. He didn't seem, if he did have it, he was probably delaying it because Jhin wasn't there. So he's like, oh, you know, I'll wait till like Fiddle comes in, but it was too late. Too late. He doesn't have Merc Treads either, man. He really needs Merc Treads. Without Mercs against Fiddle, if Fiddle decides you're the one and you soak the load, you're gonna die. You have to have a lot of magic resist. Oh, there it is. Yep. There's the Mercs. That's what happened. There's no way he would have just bought Mercs if he didn't die. If he didn't... There's no way he would have bought Mercs if he didn't die with R. That's what I'm trying to say. I think that's what that means there. A little bit of an Udyr chase. We got our Leandries. We're chilling. Typically, third item on Fiddle, you go for utility. At least on support. Fiddle jungle's a little bit different. Usually with Fiddle support, third item is Avoid, Morello, or Rylai's. If they are truly tanky with things like Zac and Ornn, you go for Demonic. I don't think they're tanky enough to justify Demonic. They don't have that much self-healing. I think Void Staff's the way to go here. I would like to have some penetration. Our R is doing an AoE nearly 2k damage, so... Pantheon way out of position. Team's low-key thrown here. Thrown pretty hard. Never want to fool around with 𝐒𝐿 scaling. Diana's about to face check a bush that they're standing in. Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed that they were in that bush? How would we have known that? It's almost like we'd seen them on like 4 different wards and she decided to walk into them anyways. It's the weirdest thing. Oh my gosh. I should have just let her die. like why? Why? We lost our Zhonya's there. It's going to be hard to RN off that. The Udyr gap is real right now. He's actually 1v9. Diana should have taken lethal tempo. I don't know why people run that with 𝐿𝐿. Lethal tempo is so much better on that build. 𝐿𝐿 is more for like almost like early game. It's more for ganks than it is for actual fights to the death. Fights to the death, lethal tempo is infinitely better with on hit. 𝐿𝐿's better like when you're ganking and you only get to hit him a few times. 𝐿𝐿's better for that because you kind of burst him down a little bit. And they're moving away from you too, so you have less time to get in autos, typically on ganks. Yeah, I mean, basically we should be team fighting, but randomly we'll have someone on our team rush out into a random forward location on the map. I guess they're looking for Easter eggs. I don't want to R that. Ooh, is that actually warded? And we're dead. Oh man, that might be GG's. I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else we can do. I think we'll have the highest damage dealt on our team. Me and Jin for sure. That's so sad. Man. Void Staff would definitely help. Being full build would definitely help. But at the end of the day, if they're 5-man stacking and we have people just, hey, you know what? I'm gonna see if they're Gromps up. I'm the furthest. I'm off sides. I'm over here. My team's over here. Like if people are gonna do that, it's tough. The biggest counterplay to that is just playing safe and waiting until someone on the enemy team does that. But none of them are really doing that. The closest thing to it is Tark, Udyr moving into 2-stack, but Udyr's really fast and can get out of these situations. Worst comes to work, Tark pops R, and their whole team rotates and can get there in time. It's rough. This Silver. I got the cutoff route. She doesn't realize. They get another dragon though. This is our first pick on them in a very, very long time. I don't need blue buff. I just want us to 5v5 and not randomly walk into them for the 8th time this game. Yeah, they're trying to force. We need to build some distance here, and then we'll go in. Like, this is when we should be fighting. Like, Sivir's dead. Diana doesn't want to tank. Lai doesn't want to tank. With Fiddlesticks R, unless the enemies are hiding in one spot, like under turret or in bush, you can't really lead in with R. You need, like, the fight to happen, and then you come in. You're like a cheap shot machine. You come in once the people have blown their gap closers, so they can't escape. Like, they're not. Oh. Oh, that's not good. That was a huge Diana R. Hey, Udyr, that was huge. Really well played by the team, finally taking that fight. We don't really lose 5v5s. We just don't. Fear into Ignite, got him with the auto. I know Sivir's coming over here. But her damage is still not too scary. We should be able to Zanya's it in time. That was such a good fight. Massive Diana R. We come in with the sucker punch and they lose. Tarek was the only one who was focused on me. He almost cucked us. We had to wait to use our R because he pushed straight into us in that fight. Diana's too low. She needs to use her. She needs to use her smite to heal or something, or use her shield. She's just not doing anything. It's like, dude, use your shield. All right, cool, cool, cool. We'll grab that, we'll grab that. Yeah, we're fine. I don't think we need a control word. I'd rather have Blasting Bomb than a control word right now. Save that turret, cool. Base turrets heal a little bit. I think they heal in 3rd chunks, so it'll get up to like a 3rd. They used to heal all the way back in my day. Not anymore. They've tried to speed League of Legends up a lot with adding Rift Herald and adding a 2nd one. Plus the drag souls, all that just ends up speeding up the game, which I'm fine with. I think it's best though if the turrets were to actually heal. Like, that healing's kind of pathetic with how fast a damaged character can break it. It's just a couple of autos, like even if the turret's full HP. Our R is up. These guys are kind of out of position. Tarek should die here. Off the base. Wise is pushing in a fat dookie right now. The thing is, their scaling isn't bad. Like, Sivir, Ryze are 2 late game monsters. So is kind of Tark as well. Our main issue is we're not getting the dragons. Like, we really need the drags for Sol. It's so good on Diana and Fiddle. We pop our R's and we run them down. They can't get away. 50% bonus movement speed for 8 seconds is godlike, really. It also gives you out of combat movement speed when you get the Wind Soul. Wind Soul is honestly, I think, the best drag soul in the game right now. Flame Soul has been over nerfed Earth Dragon, doo-doo feces, unless you're Rammus, because you need the Earth Dragons for extra armor magic resist, and the extra armor synergizes with your damage and your Thornmail damage. But generally, I think Wind Dragon's the best right now, and then second after that, I think it's Ocean, especially if you can get like Spirit Vestiges on your team, maximize Ocean healing, plus with the heal cut nerfs and whatnot. These guys are going to stack up for Dragon fight. Question is, do we wait for Void Staff? I think we do. We should be getting 3 gold back per. Yeah, Void Staff's huge here. 40% magic pen. As long as our teammates don't die, we should still be able to get there in time. With the base speed up, post 20-minute mark, you can leave base by 22nd mark and still get there on time. So should be fine. As long as we don't just let them take it immediately without any kind of resistance or contesting it. Seems like that's kind of what's happening. All right, this is big. Need to kill the Tark so we can't R. We're R on this chick. I'm gonna have to Zhonya's this. Sivir's being annoying. Dude, that looked like a script. Did you see that on my E? Go back and play that right when I E. Notice how she was frantically trying to escape. She had very low health. She was guaranteed gonna die if she stayed, right? I E, and it looked, at least as my flawed human memory can remember, it looked frame perfect. Right when I E'd, frame perfect, she stepped back within a pixel of not getting hit and autoed me. Oh my gosh, that was actually so sussy. So sussy. At least we got Dragon. That's big. Extra out of combat movement speed and slow resistance. 𝐒𝐿E's going in with the R. Does it have enough distance? Yep, it ran out. That's huge. 𝐒𝐿E R really doesn't go very far. Oh my god. We need to go mid here. Oh, Jin, you're gonna ruin it. Got her with the load there. I'm glad he didn't ruin it. It just looked like he was gonna. It was so free. Stopping the mid push here is huge because they already have our mid turret. So they could dump this way faster than a top dump. Plus we can defend. I have to lay my wards anyways. I don't have wards on the map right now, so I might as well lay these before I back. I really, really want to get Rabadon final item. It would feel so nice with Fiddle R scaling. R is doing nearly 2k damage right now. No clue why nothing was forced there. That would have been so free. Diana's playing so scared. We'll fear off the Udyr. She needs to make it back to the plant though. I don't have my R. Got him with the Silence W Ignite. Get a ward in the bush. 𝐒𝐿EW. And they got absolutely massacred by that. Holy moly. Yep. That Ryze is going to try to clear away, but he should die for that. Jin's fast as heck. Silence and a fear W. Whoo! We don't need Baron though. Barons are relevant. This game isn't being stalled by them clearing waves underneath their turrets. This game is being stalled because we're barely winning team fights. Are we actually just not? I guess we're not. Oh boy, we didn't really get anything out of that team fight. Didn't get much. Go ahead and buy a needlessly large rod and head out. I really do like the way Fiddlestick support feels right now. It feels super, super nice. We're probably top 2 or top 1 damage on our team, even with Jin having more kills, and obviously he has CS as well. If we can get Draxel, I think that'll be the final nail in the coffin. They'll have no way of escaping my R, and we'll also have Rabadon by then. Get down triple ward, prepping for dragon. Recall here, grab another triple ward. Got this whole area set up. We'll see them coming around if they're going in for the flank, or if they're running neutral, or straight there. Drain does no damage against minions. 50% reduced damage, it's so outrageous. It's warded, who would have thought? I think we just fight it here, guys. Ryze is on the left, Tark's on the right. He's trying to mess with my effigies. I was waiting for the Tark R and then I'll go in. Yep. You never really, unless you can get Tark early on Fiddle, you don't really want to go in right when his R is about to go off, because then you'll waste half your duration and not really do much. Down goes 𝐒𝐿. He died against our burn. That should be GG's. Well played to the team for finally grouping, dude. Grouping is so good with Fiddle. If your team isn't grouping and they're playing Fiddlesticks, it's really painful. Their inhib's about to respawn. That's why Pantheon's waiting over there. Nice. Yeah, that's game. GG's well played. Sick. All right, we'll take a look at the graphs. So probably most damage dealt or second most damage dealt. Let's see. Looking at damage dealt to enemy champions, we did not have the most in the game, unfortunately, but we did have top. What is that? Top 4? Are you kidding me? Only top 4, but we are still pretty close to the top on a support champion when we have many fed teammates. I'm still very happy with this result. For damage taken, and then for runes, really good value. Fiddlestick support against melee supports in particular, super strong. You get to abuse them in lane phase. If it's a hard match, just survive till 6, and then you kind of win for free at that point as long as you are patient. If you guys enjoyed this Fiddlestick support gameplay commentary guide, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to hack the algorithm. My name is 𝐒𝐿𝐂𝐋𝐒. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.